everybody, and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have a weekly wrap-up for you. I know I was going to do my series updated thing because I told you I had the list and everything, but honestly this week has been crazy. Like, I finished 4 books, but I have no clue how I did it. I think it's because I finished like 2 in almost one day. I don't know. It was like weird. But I have some news to share with you before I get started. And I don't know how it's going to impact this channel just yet. I know it's gonna probably change some things, and I know it's definitely gonna have a change in my reading. And that is, I got a job as a kindergarten teacher. So clearly I have a lot to be catching up on, in the sense that it's already January and I'm just coming into this now. So there's going to be a lot of playing catch up and trying to figure out what's going on and whatnot. So I feel like that's going to really impact my reading. I've already been reading really slow this month as it is. Like, this 4-book thing, I have no idea where it came from. So I've already been reading really slow as it is, so I don't know how much reading is going to be getting done within the next few months. So I'm gonna try to keep reading. Like, I don't want to get rid of reading completely. I feel that's that keeps me sane. So I'm hoping that I can continue to read. I can continue to hang out with my friends and continue to do the work that I need to get done. So I'm probably gonna keep reading, but it probably won't be as much as I was when I was interning, which was kind of about the same workload, like student teaching. I was reading about a book a week still. So my goal is at least 4 books a month at that point. Like, obviously I don't know what's going on with with my teaching, so like at this point I don't know what I'm going into, so it's going to be a very different lifestyle for me. So, and like, the job is 40 minutes away, and that's not a commute that I'm used to either. So it's going to be a thing. So just please work with me. I'm not even asking you to work with me. Like, if you stick around, stick around. But if you don't, I could completely understand. So yeah, I hope you guys understand. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. So let's just get on to the books. So the first book that I finished this week was Evertrue by Brodi Ashton. I believe I mentioned this in my last video that I had picked this up. I gave this about 3 stars. This is the 3rd and final book to the Everneath trilogy, and I wasn't the biggest fan. I gave it 3 stars. It was just kind of a meh series. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of there. So, I don't know. It was interesting. It's kind of like a play on Persephone, which I like Greek mythology, but I don't know. I didn't care for the characters. I didn't care what happened to them. It was just kind of not my thing. Then I read Perfect Lies by Kristen White. This is the 2nd book to Mind Games. This is the 2nd and final book in the duology Mind Games. And I really didn't like Mind Games, and I really didn't like this one either. It didn't really catch you up on what happened in the last book. Like, I read the last book a year ago, and it didn't really catch me up. It just kind of felt pointless. Like, I wish they just made this all one book, because Mind Games is really short as well. Hold on, it's stuck in there. Mind Games is really short as well, so I don't know why they didn't just make it one big book. It would have made a lot more sense. I still didn't like it, especially the alternating perspectives, and that's fine. Usually I don't mind that, but it also goes back and like forth through time. Like, this happened 12 days before it happened. This happened 2 months before, and it was just like, I can't keep track of the time frames. So I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of this duology at all. And then I read Rules of Civility by Amor Towles. I don't know how to say his name. I was really looking forward to reading this book. It takes place in the 30s, so I thought it'd be really interesting because I usually like books set in the 20s. And it just wasn't my thing. I feel like this month I haven't read really anything that I extremely loved yet. It's about a girl in the 30s. It starts with a prologue with her in the 60s looking back at a picture, which then prompts her to tell a whole story about her life that year. So this whole book takes place in 1 year in New York with this girl, and it just felt like there was no plot. It was just kind of her telling her story, and yeah, that would have been a fine documentary or a movie, but for me, just reading it, it just got really, really boring, and not very interesting. I've seen this get really good reviews, so I'm kind of really disappointed that I didn't like it, but to me, I couldn't. I got to like the last 80 pages and I knew I just had to push through, and it was literally putting me to sleep. I don't know. I was really bummed. I really wanted to enjoy this, and I just didn't. But maybe you will enjoy it. You never know. If you like that kind of thing, I'm sure you would enjoy it. It just wasn't for me this time around. Then the last book I read, so I finished Rules of Civility. I pushed through it last night, and then I still had extra time, so I decided to pick up another one. And I picked up Dueled by Elsie Chapman, and I've been wanting to read this book forever. As of right now, I think there's only 2 books out, this one and Divided, but I don't know if there's a third one in the mix. This is about a world where you are born and you also have an alternate person who is like your twin. And at some point in your life, between the ages of 10, I want to say, and 20, you will get your assignment, and your job is to go kill your twin, and whoever lives is like the survivor and winner. And this follows a girl named West. She basically, it's her story where she has to go out. She basically has no family left because of this situation, this world. And now she's called to go kill her twin, and things ensue. I gave this 4 stars. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a very quick, fast read. It's only like 290 pages, and the font's not bad. I would love to continue this series. I think it'll be good. I don't think it's the best series ever. There's just something missing about it. But I do really enjoy it. I really did enjoy this one. So this is 4 stars. So today I actually have a half day because of the snowstorm, so I'm probably going to try to get in one more book today because it's only like 2 o'clock. So we're getting like a giant snowstorm that's supposed to be like 30 inches. So we also don't have school tomorrow, but obviously, like I told you, I have lots and lots to catch up on. So I'm probably going to at least try to get through 1 book, if not 2 within the next 2 days, if I can do it. If I can't, I want to at least get 1. So that's my week. I hope you guys had a really great week. If you have anything that you want, let me know, like any books that you're reading that